Badenoch attacked the creeping and counterproductive politicization of our business environment. A top cabinet minister last night told woke bosses to stop lecturing people and get back to delivering great goods and services. Business Secretary Kemi Badenoch accused firms of wasting too much time on political gestures and activism which can turn off potential. She also called for a return to common sense when recruiting staff, warning that well-meaning equality, diversity and inclusion initiatives can divide rather than unify. She was backed by fellow Tory and Red Wall MP Alexander Stafford, who slammed the woke madness. Mrs. Badenoch, left, a hot favourite to be next Conservative leader, declared, "The public want the focus of business to be on delivering great products and services, not activism or political causes, which repel as many people as they are." Her remarks will delight her fans on the Tory right but are likely to provoke a fierce backlash from the left. Her outburst is backed by research which shows only a tiny minority of people are more likely to buy a company's products if it publicly backs progressive causes such as Palestinian statehood or transgender. The majority said it would make no difference or would be less likely to buy goods, according to a Delta poll survey for poIiticaI. Mrs. Badenoch, who was born in London to parents of Nigerian origin and grew up in the US and Nigeria, added, "Overwhelmingly, people want companies to recruit on merit, selecting the best person for the job without regard to race or gender, rather than social engineering to create diversity." She said that many well-meaning equality, diversity and inclusion initiatives divide rather than unify and undermine organizational goals, adding that she supported smarter ways to achieve true equality of opportunity. She attacked the creeping and counterproductive politicization of our business environment. In the past, she has criticized the Financial Conduct Authority's proposals to introduce diversity and inclusion requirements, warning of regulation. These are expected to result in one-off costs of £561 million and annual costs of £317 million. Last night, the business secretary's stand was backed by Dame Priti Patel, who was the target of a woke firm when she was Home Secretary. Ben & Jerry's ice cream triggered a furious row when it criticized her stance on tackling illegal migration, stating the real crisis is our lack of humanity for people fleeing war, climate change and torture. Dame Priti told the Sunday Express that lecturing the public to accept the goals of big business brands is out of order. And she said, "Those companies preaching and lecturing the public should go back to business basics, listen to their angry shareholders, focus on customer service delivery and stop behaving as if they are political influencers by forging divisive political campaigns that seek to undermine the values and principles of consumer freedom." And Tory MP Alexander Stafford said, "If businesses chase woke madness instead of focusing on the needs of customers, they will run off a cliff. Britain needs its businesses to thrive, and spending precious resources on left-wing fads and marketing will only damage." Research for the Policy Exchange think tank has found 3/4 of people say firms should appoint or promote the person most qualified for the job without taking into account race or gender. Tory peer Lord Frost, Britain's former chief Brexit negotiator, said, "This polling shows most British people want to go back to the time when recruitment on merit and of good customer service were the priorities for." And John Longworth, chairman of the Independent Business Network, warned last night, "Growth is vital if we are not to become poorer and poorer as a nation. Go woke, go broke." The polling lays bare unease in the workplace about diversity efforts. Almost half, 49%, of respondents report sometimes or often avoiding saying something professionally legitimate at work for fear of not being politically correct or accidentally causing